Hi, today I'm going to be showing you how I make Clipart to sell online. Welcome to my channel where I discuss everything health, personal finance, and self-development. This is a side hustle that I recently started, and I remember when I was first learning how to make Clipart, it was quite difficult for me to find clear instructions on DPI, resolution, and the background removal process, so I hope you find this tutorial helpful. As the first step, you'll want to generate the file that you're going to transform into Clipart. I've used Midjourney to generate this file here to use as an example for today's tutorial. If you want a video on how to generate files in Midjourney, please let me know in the comments below. Today's video will just be focusing on sizing the file and cleaning it up to be ready to sell. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Midjourney, the images will be generated in the default size of 1024 times 1024 pixels. There is an option to upscale the image to 2048 times 2048 or 4096 times 4096 pixels, which I have done here. So if you click up here, you can see that I have upscaled the image to 4096 times 4096 pixels. I tried to upscale to at least 4096 times 4096, as this is usually what customers want. If you want to have a look at a site like Etsy, you can see in the descriptions that most Clipart files have been upscaled to at least 4096 times 4096 pixels. Here is another one from Etsy showing that the Clipart files have been upscaled to 4096 times 4096 pixels. I use Midjourney to upscale, but there are plenty of free upscalers online. The next step is to make the image 300 dpi. Again, if you look at the descriptions of Clipart on Etsy, you will see that most of the images are 300 dpi. If you want your images to look crisp and high quality, you'll want to ensure that the images are 300 dpi. Here's another one on Etsy that is 300 dpi. The photo editing software I use is Photopea, which is free. I like Photopea because it's quite similar to Adobe Photoshop in functionality, which I've used in the past, and for my purposes, where I'm often cleaning up fairly simple, uncomplicated images, it gets the job done. So when I open Photopea, it will show me this page where I can click on New Project. This opens to this page here, where I can name my project, select width, select height, select DPI. Make sure it's in pixels here and pixels per inch over here. So I'll just fill this in. Once you've filled in the required dimensions, so the 4096 times 4096 pixels, and input the 300 dpi, press create. Now load your image into Photopea. Go to File, select your image, and load it in. So here is the image that you want to remove the background and clean up. Now, I usually go about this in a couple of ways. The first way is to simply go up to Select and select Remove Background. It's now processing, as you can see. Give it some time. And it's removed the background. The way you can tell is that the background is now shaded out like this, and also you can select the image and move it around like this. Now, the second way I like to remove the background is to use the Magic Cut tool, which cuts out an image from its background. So I use this when I want to select parts of the image that I want to keep and discard the rest. I've now loaded this image in again with the background intact. I will go up to select Magic Cut, give it some time to load, and here is the screen you're presented with using the Magic Cut tool. Now, as you can see here, it's already done a pretty good job. So it selected the two characters here, but what I want is to perhaps include a couple of these hearts. When I select the Magic Cut tool, it will bring up this screen which has the image on both sides. So at the top here, you've got the three colors you can choose. Remember, gray is an eraser, green is to select the foreground, and the red is to select the background. You can change the brush size over here. This part of the image has been selected in green. It will therefore appear over here on the right. If I was to select some of these hearts in green, you can see that they appear here on the right. If I wanted to get rid of these hearts, I would select grey and erase the green over here. Make sure you erase it fully, and as you can see, the hearts have disappeared. So in this way, you can proceed to select the parts of the image that you would like to keep and the parts of the image you would like to discard. You can change the brush size over here. I like using this method because it allows me to pick and choose which parts of the image I want to keep. For instance, in this one, I just chose the hearts, which I wanted to keep, or I can get rid of all the noise and just keep the two characters here. If you want to hear more about my passive income journey, please subscribe so I can continue to make tutorials and share my knowledge and thoughts along the way. The last way I remove the background is by using the background eraser. This one I find to be a little messy to use, but with simple images like this, it can be quite effective. Select the background eraser here. Select the size of the eraser up here. So I'm just going to increase the size and select the hardness level. For this tutorial, I won't change the default hardness level, but generally a circular eraser like this will have a hardness property which generates a soft edge to the eraser. Then select your tolerance level over here, which defines how much similar colors you want to select. So please note that larger values produce a wider selection of colors. And then select around the image like this. It will erase based on the tolerance level and also whether you have selected contiguous or once off. And then either tick or leave unticked the contiguous mode option. This means that when ticked, the eraser will select only those pixels that are connected to the source pixel. When this option is unticked, the eraser will select all similar pixels from the whole image, even if they are not connected to the source pixel. So I will go ahead and now start erasing the background of this image. I've got the tolerance at 0, but I can increase it here and you can see the effect of this change. I suggest that you play around with these settings as I'm doing here so you become familiar with the effect they'll have on the image. So I've just shown you 3 free ways to remove the background of an image. The final step I will do is a quick cleanup. I've loaded this image again and I've removed the background, but as you can see here, there are some stray hearts up here which I would like to remove. I like to just use the eraser tool to do a quick cleanup. I will select the layer and then do the cleanup. Okay, so once I've cleaned up the image, I will go back up to the top to select image, image size. As you can see, the DPI has changed after I've loaded this particular image in. So what I will do is I will change this to 300 DPI, make sure to change the width and height back to 4096 times 4096 pixels. Press OK. Then I will go to File, Export As, and make sure to export the file as a PNG file. Thanks for listening, and I hope this tutorial has helped in some small way.